Welcome to Out of the Noise. I am Priestess Lilly, a channeler, sacred heart healer, space holder. My purpose is to create content that will help humanity rise in consciousness through connection. I do this by facilitating courageous conversations that will leave you activated alongside heart-centered leaders, wisdom keepers, and divine humans who are expanding into their authenticity and soul purpose. Where together we can strive to assist a higher level of consciousness and help each other on our own spiritual journeys. Wow. Haven't we hit 2024 with a bang? And part of that bang is the solar consciousness, solar rays, solar light, the sun frequency. So today, that is exactly what I want to talk about, and how this energetically, the solar consciousness, is going to affect you over the next 2 years. So when we think about solar consciousness, what is it? Consider the notion that each cellular body possesses a consciousness, existing as a sentiment of an intelligent identity. In the same way a human consciousness operates, the sun, the planet, the stars also are conscious beings that are being guided by a universal consciousness. Each planetarian body, including ourselves, receives energetic impulses and frequencies, creating the intricate interplay that shapes experiences and compositions of each identity. Our energetic fields generated by the planetary bodies establish invisible links of communication, connecting similar vibrations and frequencies to the collective frequency. The constant energetic communication forms the basis for resonance. The sun communicates with the earth with other planets, and us as each cellular body, humans, animals, non-physical beings on higher wave levels. We are always engaged in communication with these other planets, with the sun, with the earth, with Mother Nature, vibrating as a frequency in order for us to expand. As solar activity intensifies and becomes more highly charged by the cosmic particles in our solar system, elevating the frequency of our everyday, everything that it touches, including us. During periods of increased sunspot activity, such as the peak that is expected in 2024, 2025, we're going to see a surge of power within our metaphysical field that's going to occur like a wave shock, like a ripple effect. And when we think of the sun is light. So it's this ray of golden light that is transmuting us as physical beings into a higher frequency of self. As the solar maximus enters over the next 2 years, human experiences are going to be heightened, exposing us to a higher frequency of light and sound that is activated deeply by the sun. This infusion causes our energetic bodies to respond like bells, to start to reshape the vibration in our own physical body and cells at a cellular system. And really, we're going to start to see and emerge ourselves into a higher vibration and see the world differently. This is part of our awakening experience right now that is happening here on Earth. And Jesus Christ, it's a beautiful thing to be witnessing. Solar flares are here to really stir up and shake things up energetically. And this is what is happening right now. We are not immune to the sun's influence. We really aren't. The sun is responding to the shifts that is happening here on Earth consciousness. The dynamic interplay of ourselves as cellular beings in a bigger context with universal energy and universal light. So, that being said, how the hell can we prepare for the life changes and the challenges that the opportunities are going to occur for the next 2 years? And how is solar maximus, solar consciousness, going to have a ripple effect in changing our everyday lives? It's going to affect our physical well-being. As this period leading up to solar maximus approaches, you may experience unexplained body aches, fatigue, and a sense that you really need to retreat and start to slow down. A soreness of joints, muscles in particular, which is asking you to let go, giving the impression that we're actually aging. But potentially, if we don't start to let go, this is going to cause a wave of mental anxiety. Throughout 2023 and expanding into 2024, 2025, there has been a massive shift in us taking responsibility for our physical health. Our physical health is so crucial. Maintaining constant exercise and balanced nutrition is something that we're all starting to awaken to at a different manner for self-care, for self-compassion. Even amidst such our busy schedules, quickly realigning with healthy habits is really what we're needing. If we continue to neglect our health, you can lead this to increased physical strain and potential suffering. Be mindful of potential accidents such as breaks, strains, tears, falls, bruises, and cuts, especially if you are neglecting your body care during the solar maximus, giving the heightened energy that will be expanding into our energy field. This is going to be where we start to energetically shift away from the dense foods to support our body, the dense energy that we're going to start consciously thinking about what we're consuming into our physical body and supporting ourselves in a more body replenishing and maintenance way. I know that for myself, this is something that I consciously have been journeying with, and at a subconscious level, I have naturally given up many things that I thought I'd never ever give up. Wine being one of them, chocolate, and people that really know me know that chocolate is a big part of my everyday being. I'm starting to think about what I'm consuming in order to live more aligned in the frequency of where I want to be rather than the dense energies in the food I consume of how it was creating how it was creating and holding me in the frequency. Explore and understanding the foods that you want to consume will eventually result in you starting to eat fresh fruits and veggies, going to the farmer's market, consuming and shopping differently. And it will have such a ripple effect in how you live consciously. Staying well hydrated is vital for solar maximus. As energy and the electrical charge surges through us as a being, we really need to be conscious of consuming water daily to prevent the symptoms of headaches, feeling lethargic, and really feeling dehydrated. The other thing I want to say around the physical body, You are going to be called to move your bodies. You move your body in ways that you might not have ever moved it before. There will be a deep calling to stretch your body, Pilates, yoga, things that are really going to promote you in a grounding way to align you into a sacred practice of calmness, balance. You might want to go and have experienced massages, sound bowl healings, healing treatments, acupuncture, any therapy that resonates with you. Is your intuition speaking to you right now in a higher consciousness of you starting to align with what your body needs at a cellular level than actually the conditioning that we're breaking away from. Some people are going to just wake up one day and not be able to, they'll want to quit smoking. Alcohol, coffee. These things hold us in the mental space of confusion during Solar Maximus. So there'll be a lot of breakthroughs and light bulb moments. Take control of your food preparation, opting for wholesome choices rather than eating on the run. Explore fasting routines. Intermittent fasting will also allow your body the space it needs to regenerate and heal. I now want to talk about relationships. I'm seeing right now in a lot of my readings, and this is something that I want to talk about how this is with the solar maximus, that increases solar energy and light coming into our cosmos. Our relationships are transforming. So when I say relationships, this is relationships with family, this is husband and wife relationships, this is relationships with ourselves. During Solar Maximus, we are going through significant transformational shifts within our soul consciousness. And often this occurs in the realm of relationships too. Long-term connections with people might become untenable, that you will see people in a different way as shadow gets brought into the light. And there's going to be, as that comes through, there'll be a thread of anxiety and emotional turmoil. It's important for us to recognize that this process is the catalyst for replacing problematic situations with the ones that promote long-term well-being. There might be a calling for you to soften more into your heart and let go of relationships that feel like it's a duty, and step into relationships that feel more soul fulfilling. If you've been resisting change or unsure about how to navigate challenges and bring relationships into a vibration of solutions, embrace the possibility for circumstances evolving and remain open to unexpected ways in which change may manifest. So what I mean by that is, if there's a relationship in your life that's no longer serving you at a higher level of consciousness, sometimes it's easier to cut cords and let that relationship go and ask for your guides, your loved ones, the light to bring that relationship into your frequency aligned with what it is that you need, rather than accommodating what you currently have. Allow the process to unfold. For those of us that are seeking meaningful connections with friends or partners who share similar values and on our own spiritual path, Solar Maximus is really going to provide us the space for these such alignments. Souls are right now opening and revealing to themselves their authentic truth. And with us revealing our authentic truth, trust and honesty naturally will start surfacing and coming to the front. So we're going to start to see people differently, in a different way of light, in the way that they've always been, but we're seeing it at another layer of capacity. Relationships are going to change, and many of us are going to have closures, but it is essential to undertake these endings instead of a cycle within a relationship can be concealed, making room for fresher, healthier relationships. Communication is the key during times of transmission, times of change, fostering an open dialogue, actively listening, and here's the key, taking personal responsibility. While some relationships may naturally conclude, there is going to be a realization, often brings understanding and appreciation, as there's more aspects for us to move into positive change. Solar Maximus, our emotions are going to be tensified, leading into an increase of anger and conflict. These emotions are totally what is happening right now on the earth plane. And how we respond, are we responding from a trigger, or are we actually responding from a spiritual maturity? Are we letting go of the ego, or are we stepping into our own measured spiritual response? This period often offers insight and the true motivation underlying closes relationship. It also becomes such a deepening opportunity for us to understand ourselves as individuals as we navigate this time with pure wisdom and pure maturity. Many of us are going to take professional transitions. We're going to wake up one day and go, I can no longer be a nurse. I don't want to be part of the system anymore. I can't be a teacher. This is not my soul calling, whatever that looks like. A sense of unease in your current professional role may become so palatable. Dissatisfaction with your position might prompt you to have this mass desire to journey into greater fulfillment, meaning, and satisfaction in your work. The calling is going to be deep. The calling aligned with your career, with your life purpose, will so be the sole residence of you stepping into your authentic self at a deeper capacity. Many individuals will discover that their careers will take such an unexpected turn. It's advisable to impact this as the unfolding path, recognizing that this is divinely inspired and you are harmonizing with your soul's true journey. Opportunities are going to arise to enhance the way you work, to express your talents differently, to align more closely to your elevated consciousness as you continue to evolve. We're going to see redundancies, people resigning from positions that they've been in for ages. And we're going to start to use our talents and skills differently. This time offers us an opportunity to launch our own business. Whether it involves working from home or being your own boss, this energy will be so heightened by Solar Maximus in the next 2 years. Motivation, determination, empowering you to actually step into what you came here to do and how you came here to do it. Sees this period as an ideal window for you to research, go back to teaching, become the teacher, go back to study, take steps towards your professional success and who you want to be at a soul cellular level. Spiritual unrest. You don't see it on TV1 News, but I'm sure many people right now can feel the spiritual unrest that is happening in the world globally. You see it on Facebook, you see it in group pages, you see the many, many protests that are happening around the world. It might not be broadcast on mainstream, but it is happening. Souls all around the world right now are awakening in their masses to collective narratives that no longer serve humanity at a cellular level, at a bigger context. We are awakening to the dark forces that energetically have been operating behind the illusion that it is here for our highest good. And I hate to say, it is not here for our highest good. We are right now, as a collective consciousness, taking our journey through the dark night of the soul, and it's going to get more darker. The deep layers of us forgetfulness may increase. Anticipation and us needing to step into our spiritual maturity is something that many of us right now are going to be activated in and scared to step into. Many individuals may have longed for the spiritual path, and making progress may find themselves temporarily being halted. And if it's not working, it's because it's not where you're meant to be. Understanding that experiencing this does not significantly mean that you need to abandon your path. Instead, it serves us as a guiding process to gain more clarity, to align more to our authentic self with the light, fostering the expansion of authenticity. There's going to be, over the next 2 years, as individuals, an increase in our out-of-body experiences. This is going to become more frequent, and your dream state will become more vivid as you travel through the realms of earth consciousness. We're going to start finding that you may not be able to sleep. And there's going to be this soul becoming intentionally awakened, underscoring the importance for you to really start to maintain well-being for your physical body during this period. Your grounding methods might not work anymore because you're being asked to ground deeper into the new frequency. Your spiritual practices might not work because you're being asked to look at it as you evolve, that serves the old part of you that you're letting go. So you're going to have to find grounding, journaling. You're going to have to find a new way of going deeper within self. The shadow aspects of our past experience may come to the forefront, illuminating by the increased light associated with the higher solar activity. Seek healing therapies to release the pain that can help you facilitate your inner transformation. Psychic, intuitive experience may become more prevalent, elevating your connections with the spiritual realm, with angelic beings and souls that have transitioned back into the spiritual realm. There's going to be an increase in tension, anxiety in the body during this period, and you're really going to have to find tools, techniques that can help you bring yourself back to being centered. meditation, immersing yourself in nature, having a sacred tea practice, preparing food. Be prepared for these challenges to really foster this awakening into a deeper self-care for you to manage this spiritual unrest. Home and family dynamics. It is so crucial right now to, as we're going through this, so are our children, so are our teenagers, so are our husbands, so is our family, so is our animals. We're all attuned to the same frequency. I noticed last night, my beautiful son, the news was on and I wasn't watching it. And my beautiful son, they were talking about the political arena. And my son said to me, you know what, it's so wrong. And I said, what's wrong? And he goes, that because they have status and privilege, they can get away with things that aren't right, Mum. Because if I went and shoplifted, I would be arrested. And I was like, yeah, actually, you're right. And so our children are awakening. My son is 8 years old and he is awakening and knows that through privilege, there is people are seen differently. There's a different set of rules. And we had a conversation about it. And he's like, nothing will heal until everyone's equal. And I sat there and I went, yeah, you know what? You're right, but you're such a wise soul, because nothing will heal until everyone's equal. The more that we keep labeling ourselves, putting ourselves in boxes, separating ourselves, no one's going to feel equal. We need those things in order for more of us to see, and for more of us to grow. Equality only comes when everyone in the world feels safe. And right now in the world energy, we're doing a really shitty job about that. We're suppressing one sex, one race, people, in order for others to feel safe, in order for others to be heard. And I sit there and go, did I come back here for us to evolve, or are we just going to evolve? We just still on the same cycle of our deeper learning? And I look at my son and his spiritual maturity as an 8-year-old. It just absolutely profound, just blows me out of the water. So, family dynamics. We're being called to live differently. We're being called to connect differently. We're being called in our family to foster openness, honesty, and really step into spiritual respect, mutual respect. We're being called to change our environment. We're being called to renovate, declutter, let go our workspaces, our living containers, and really start to find another way of connecting to ourselves and our family in a different way that's soul nurturing. And this is, being outside, doing things as a family, planning how you want to live, having bigger conversations like what I did with Thomas last night on the couch. Don't be afraid of saying the wrong things. Be afraid of allowing yourself the space to express how you feel. Families are going to come closer together. We're going to knit ourselves and start to heal. We're going to say no to the shit that doesn't matter and the things that are important to us. And the things that were important to me when I was in my 20s aren't even there now. The things that are important to me now in my 40s is a completely different way of being. Families are so going to want to connect differently and be in their home differently and in their space differently and get of technology and start to really explore themselves in a real soul nurturing way, and listening to podcasts and reading books and having courageous conversations that they might not have wanted to have. The reality is the outside world is going to get so fucking intense that, you know, those conversations that you might not want to watch the news, or you might want to avoid the fact that there's a war happening on the other side of the world, they're the conversations that our children are going to bring up, because they're the conversations that they want to see and they need to hear in order to heal. The deepening of your spiritual journey and purpose. Oh, well, when I started to feel into this and channel this was big. Many of us are going to have a surge in channeling and be able to connect to our soul and our spiritual guides, which I think is fabulous. And our heart, and we're going to have moments of really wanting to follow our intuition at a deeper soul level. Many of us are going to have past life recalls, experiences like they're being amplified during Solar Maximus, encouraging us to really clear and work with past life meditations and therapies and hypnotherapists that can really help us have a deeper understanding and bring those soul particles through into this lifetime in order to heal, in order to step into our true layer of work. This is such a deep time of profound spiritual connection. And so pay attention, people, to the signs, to the synchronicities that manifest in your life, and allow them to keep coming forward like a beautiful spiritual adventure. There are going to be so many long-standing questions about your identity that are going to make sense during Solar Maximus. An increase in such spiritual teaching, the ancient knowing, you going into the remembering is deeply being activated as you are being dived into explore and discover your innate soul at all its beauty and really harmonize it. This is a time for you to become truly embodied. Walk the talk, people. Witness the profound consciousness that accompanies your journey during this period. The transcending of self, a spiritual unveiling on the path to heal that is happening right now in the new energies. This is a sacred dance of us coexisting and us existing. There comes a divine moment when the soul allows itself to really step into the light, urging us to shed all our bullshit, all our veils, all our old parts of self. It's like we're unzipping the suit of the skin suit and stepping into soul, as soul is going to lead us in the next 2 years as we transcend the spiritual landscape totally towards the new earth frequencies. The act of surrendering our outer layers is now becoming such a sacred rite of passage. We are in this odyssey, spiritual odyssey, and so allow yourself the space and time to explore the profound journey of releasing the past to awaken to this new vibration. The spiritual awakening begins with a soulful recognition of the need to change. And that is what everyone is fighting right now in the collective, the need to change. Let go of it. Start to dance and step into the new. And this new energy will embrace it, sisters. It will allow it to morph into what you're here to do. Don't fight it. Let go of the anxiety and step in. Let go of the shame and step in. Let go of the hurt and pain and step in, step through. In the deepest nights of the soul, the shadow can emerge. When we step into it fully, that's when the light comes through. I know it because I've been there so many times before. The new earth beckons. It's a realm of high frequency, of love, unity, and spiritual harmony. But you need to get the spiritual harmony, then you'll get the unity, then the love will start flowing. But we right now, in the paradigms of the earth, are so rooted in fear and limitation. When we transcend from the illusion of separation, all of the labels we keep putting on ourselves, all the bullshit we keep telling ourselves, then we can align to the true vibration of the new earth, where every soul is interconnected and bathed, and I mean bathed in light consciousness. Liberation through the alchemy of forgiveness. Ooh, this is big. How many of us hold grudges and we truly do not want to forgive ourselves or those that have done us wrong? You got to let them go. When you release the shackles of resentment and guilt, forgiving both yourself and others, this is such a sacred act that can open your heart, allowing the divine energies to flow in and the crumbling to occur, like the Tower card in a tarot deck. This will bring harmony and healing. It's really that simple. When we find forgiveness, we become cracked open. We open ourselves to hold more light. Communion with Gaia's sacred energy, nature. The earth manifests through the divine, becoming a sanctuary for the seeker of self. Immerse yourself in the sacred embrace of Gaia's energy, Mother Earth. The rustling of the leaves, the flowing of the water, the ancient stones holding the wisdom, who ebbs and flows. Ground yourself into the beings of your natural rhythm, attuning your essence to the heartbeat of the earth and the cosmic dance of the universe. The more we become still with self and walk with nature, the more that we can allow her energy to support us, to change our frequency from anger to love, to clear the wind, to blow away our stuck and stagnant energy, the rain to cleanse our skin. When we allow ourselves to invite Mother Earth's energy as a healing modality into our soul, anything can be transformed, anything can be received. When I walk with Mother Nature, it is such a deep, sacred practice of consciously walking back to home, back to self, where I start to hear the whispers of my own soul. And I get so many downloads, so many moments of intense guidance, words of wisdom come through me, like a deep knowing, because I've made space to connect. Mindfulness is the gateway to divine presence. When we embark on a path of mindfulness, a sacred gateway of divine presence allows us to flow through us. Engage in meditation that will help you open your soul. Witness your emotions. Don't be afraid of them. When the sacred space of true self is unveiled, the veils of your own bullshit, your own illusion, start to dissolve. As we surrender our old self, we can then step into the divine blueprint of soul and allow ourselves to step into what we came here to be. When we allow ourselves space to let go of the victim mentality, the anger, the things that are keeping us stuck, and cultivate compassion, kindness, and gratitude, allowing the divine virtues to penetrate every facet of our being. In this sacred embodiment, we become such a divine vessel of light, contributing to the collective consciousness awakening for humanity. I know that for so long, I didn't know what my role in this lifetime was. But what happens if my role is just to anchor more light in the world, anchor more of me, anchor more of my soul, and that be it, that when I anchor the unique frequency and authentic self of who Lily is, I can use my voice differently. I can radiate my light differently through sacred sound. I can have bigger conversations. I can hold more space for others to see. I can bring more souls to the light. When I think of some of the courageous conversations I've had in the space of the last 4 years that have scared me shitless, it has allowed people to see things differently. It has allowed people to heal. It has allowed people to step into their own spiritual journey. When one steps forward, we give permission for others. The spiritual journey of letting go and healing is such a sacred pilgrimage into the heart of the divine. That's when we can surrender to the light and the dark and step into a journey of transformation. Remember that your divine soul is transcending the limitations of the old self to unveil the radiant self and the awakened being within. In the sacred unveiling, may your spirit soar and dance in the harmony of the rhythm of the cosmos and all that you are becoming and all that you may be. And so might it be. For those that want to return to the soul harmony of self, I have a sacred gathering on the journey back to soul essence under the enchanting energy of the March supermoon. This is a profound journey of soul nurturing experience with me, where the magic of sound bowl healings meets the vibration of the supermoon. Immerse yourself in the vibration of sound bowls, creating a harmonizing atmosphere that encourages a deep soul connection with the new supermoon's energy will amplify the healing powers of these sacred sounds. You'll receive a guided journey, unlocking and reconnecting with the depths of your soul under the influence of the full moon, supermoon, unlocking hidden treasures within you. The sound bowls will help you release blockages and invite you to soul harmony and your soul realignment, aligning yourself to your soul purpose, where you can receive your own innate knowing, your own intuitive guidance, and hear the whispers of your soul, bringing you back to peace and balance and a renewed connection of soul. This event is on the 9th of March, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the Kaipoi area. Tickets are $33 and it is on my webpage. I invite you to come and be part of this. I think it's really important right now for us to let go and allow ourselves the space to create freedom within our souls. and stop fighting what we came here to do. Thank you for listening to this podcast. Thank you for allowing me to share my wisdom. Thank you for allowing your heart to open and expand into the frequency of receiving. If you like my podcast, please follow me and give me a 5-star. And if you want to know any more information, go to www.priestesslilly.com. Have a phenomenal day. So much love always, Lily.